Stop looking at total yards, stop staring at the final score, and please, for the love of football, stop it with passer rating. These numbers are lying to you. They are telling you that your team is actually good when in reality, they're frauds. Here's the proof. In 2023, the Carolina Panthers allowed less yards than the 49ers who played in the Super Bowl and the Ravens that year. Does that mean the Panthers defense was elite? No, they were terrible. They were giving up few yards because their offense was so bad that the opponents were always starting with the short field. They didn't need to gain yards to score, and this is why we need EPA. EPA stands for expected points added. And get this wasn't invented by some calculator nerd in the basement. It was invented by an actual NFL quarterback in the 1970s named Virgil Carter. The concept is simple. Not all yards are created equal. So let me prove it with the 15-yard pass example. In scenario A, it's 1st and 10, you throw it for 15 yards, you get a new fresh set of downs, and you move your team closer to the end zone. Because of that, your expected points goes up, and therefore you have a positive EPA. Scenario B, it's 3rd and 20, you get those same 15 yards, but now you're short of the sticks, it is 4th and 5, and you're forced to punt. Even though you gained the same amount of yards, your team is less likely to score now, and that's why you have a negative EPA. The box score, though, will treat those 15 yards the exact same. But EPA, it knows the difference. And this exposes quarterbacks too. Traditional stats will love guys who take safe passes and sometimes take sacks, but EPA hates that. The data shows over the last 5 years that when you take a sack, it's actually a worse EPA per drive than it is throwing an interception. And shout out to Nate Tice for this information. Therefore, a sack destroys a drive and kills it way more than an interception does. But traditional stats would say different. If you want to know who's actually winning Super Bowls this year, look at this chart. This ranks all 32 teams by EPA by their offense, their defense, and their special teams to create a final overall EPA score. The top of this chart is where the winners live. I mean, look at the top 14 teams. Only 2 out of those 14 teams didn't make the playoffs. The only 2 teams that weren't in that top 14 were the Carolina Panthers, who were 8-9 and lost in the first round, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, who also didn't look like a great team and lost in the first round too. So do you want to be a casual fan who still looks at their team's record to determine how good their team actually is? Or do you want to be a master of the NFL and actually understand what's happening? Then take a look at EPA and welcome to the advanced stats revolution. Let me know in the comments which team was an actual fraud this year and did EPA back it up?